Hello, everyone. Welcome to another weekly real estate market update with myself, Leigh Martinuzzi. Hope you're having a fantastic week, guys. We are out of lockdown, you beauty. I'm definitely seeing a lot more activity this week. Property appraisal, sellers getting in touch, a lot more buyer inquiries coming through. The activity is certainly happening. However, it's business as usual, but not as usual. Last week in lockdowns, we managed to have a virtual inspection. This was a good news story. A buyer contacted us. We've been speaking to them for a little bit now, and we showed them this house that we're actually preparing behind the scenes to come on the market this week. Anyway, last week they opted to do a virtual inspection there, fell in love with the property, made an offer that the owners couldn't refuse. The owners are very happy as well, and that deal is moving forward right now. Now, this week, what we're seeing, obviously, Sydney still in lockdowns down there in New South Wales. So we're seeing a little bit less demand coming from those buyers, but there's certainly more interest on realestate.com. And realestate.com does figures every week showing how much buyer demand or activity is happening their end. And this week we actually saw a spike in activity on realestate.com by just 1%, but it's still up. So there is still a lot more flurry there at the moment in the marketplace. People are looking for properties. And I think that's going to shift very quickly, very soon. Now, right now, we are still seeing prices climb gradually. Last week, we saw about a 0.4% across the board of property price increases. And I think that's going to continue on. And the main reason for that is because supply just can't keep up with demand. Now, last week, again, we saw an increase of properties come to the market. However, it's still very much down on this time last year. It's about 27% below where we were for total listings available to purchase this time last year. So the buyer demand is still there. Affordability is increasing, but there's just not enough property to absorb that demand with the buyers. And I think that with springtime approaching, we always see more activity happening in spring. Many more buyers decide that, hey, this is spring, great time to sell. They're going to put their properties on the market for sale. Now in Sydney, I don't know what's going to happen towards the end of the month, whether they're going to continue lockdowns or just be have less restrictions. But certainly I think in Sydney, this is becoming the new normal. And despite what happens, they're just going to move forward and there will be spring activity happening down that way. And that will have a flow-on effect to properties up here in Queensland too, where we'll see more properties, more buyers coming to the market. And that will sort of, I guess, encourage more sellers up here to sell their property as well. So what does that mean for you right now? Well, if you're a seller, look, it's always best to sell in isolation. Right now, there's very limited amount of properties on the market for sale. So that means your property is not going to be in extensive competition. Come springtime, that scenario might change. And I know I'd want to sell when there's not as much competition for my property. If you're buying right now, well, it's still a great time to buy. I don't think the market's going to fall backwards anytime soon. So if you find the right place, then definitely. But in a couple of months, you might see a few more options for you as well. So don't stress if you can't find the right home. I think there'll be good news for you coming in the next few months as well. Guys, as always, if there's anything we can help with, give me a call. Leigh Martinuzzi here at Martinuzzi Property Group. We're waiting for your call. Talk soon.